Peter Dew here from Corporate Communications Experts. One of the things that we have questions about all the time is this awkward, difficult thing called negative feedback. Look, I'm really sorry, but I've got to give you some bad news. I've got to give you some negative feedback. I just want to talk about negative feedback just a little bit. One of the things to avoid with negative feedback is what we call the sandwich technique. So the good news is, oh, by the way, there's a bit of bad news. Oh, and the good news is it's also, and please forgive me, sometimes referred to as the shit sandwich. The SHIT is in the middle. Now, the sandwich technique is not good because it kind of dilutes the core message and people are less likely to walk away with the impact of the negative message, the negative feedback you're providing them. Now, the US Navy SEALs use a policy of giving bad news early, and they call it real-time feedback. So when they come back from a mission, they debrief and they discuss what went wrong straight away. They don't dwell on it, or they don't pat everyone on the back and, have a beer and then, okay, let's step into the negative things of what went wrong. So it's called real-time feedback. And we as a community, we as people generally like real-time feedback. If you're sitting in a plane waiting to take off and the flight deck, the captain comes across and says, everything's going to be fine. And then you take off and then all of a sudden there's shudder, shaking. And the captain says, oh yes, we just experienced a little bit of turbulence. Wow, don't worry about it too much. I think we've got it under control. You're going to be a little bit nervous. If the captain, while you're on the tarmac, says, look, I must let you know there's a little bit of turbulence. There's some cyclone activity in the air. So when we take off, you will notice some turbulence. Just don't worry about it. We felt it on the way down. We've got it under control. We'll get through the turbulence. We'll get up to a higher altitude. So just sit back, relax. We've got everything under control. That's the way pilots do it. They give the bad news up front. So when giving negative feedback, which I understand is a tough feedback to give, avoid the sandwich technique. Give the bad news early, the negative feedback early, real-time feedback, and you'll do much better with your negative feedback. This is Peter Dew, Corporate Communications Experts.